course, now that I start filming, there we go. The local birds are very vocal this morning. There's sun rising over there. So it's still pretty windy. It has calmed down a bit, but it's still pretty windy. I think I am gonna do a change of plan here and get off the interstate and take 285 up into New Mexico, and then 308 cut over to Socorro, and that will enable me to have another interesting stop along the way that I can film. The scenery should be a lot better than staying on the interstate and going through El Paso and Las Cruces and whatnot. So there should be some better scenery. I'll give you guys a view along the way, but first I got to find a gas station, top off the tank, get some ice for the cooler, and then we'll hit the road. I don't know here. Let's see. The interstate. Okay, so we are leaving Fort Stockton on 285, heading north towards New Mexico, rather than getting back on the interstate and going towards El Paso. I did a little research online last night before going to bed. This should actually save me a little bit of time, get me to the place in Arizona a little quicker, and maybe allow for a stop along the way, another point of interest stop along the way. We'll see. So also, the scenery should be a lot nicer along this way than just along the interstate to El Paso and up to Las Cruces and points north. This scenery should be quite beautiful once we get up into New Mexico a ways. So, got a lot of highway ahead of me. I'll show you anything interesting along the way. Well, welcome to New Mexico. I couldn't really show you the Welcome to New Mexico sign because there wasn't one. Just going down the highway here, and it was all under construction, and there were no signs. Nothing. And got a little further up the road, noticed that the mile marker signs had cycled through zero and were getting larger again. I'm like, oh, okay, must have crossed the state line at some point, but there was absolutely no indication that I had. But yeah, that construction sign just passed a while back before I started recording. Had the New Mexico governor's name on it. So yeah, we are in New Mexico. And again, the road is under construction. Although I've made pretty good time. Hasn't been that long since I pulled out of Fort Stockton, Texas. But hey, we got Texas behind us, one more state down. Gonna spend a good part of the day here in New Mexico. Hopefully not every road I'm gonna want to go on in New Mexico is going to be under construction and moving this slow. We might have one special stop along the way at a point of interest, and then into Arizona this afternoon, and we should end up at my my Arizona property late in the afternoon sometime, if everything works on schedule. Should be coming up on Carlsbad, New Mexico pretty soon. And then we'll be getting into the mountains, which should be pretty. I'll give you a look when we get there. Well, we're north of Carlsbad. Not quite to Artesia. Starting to get hilly. And Roswell's about 60 miles up the road. And we'll catch 380 in Roswell and start heading west through the mountains. Should be a pretty drive. moving pretty good. This road is no longer under construction up here. Of course, I'm probably jinxing myself. Probably just around the next bend, they'll be tearing it up again. We'll see. But I'm making pretty good time right now. Well, welcome to Roswell, New Mexico. Alien Disneyland, as I like to call it. Everything's alien themed. They're really playing up the whole alien spaceship crash thing that supposedly happened back in the 40s. But of course, we all know it was just a weather balloon, right? Right? Well, I'm going to find Highway 380 and skedaddle out of town before I get probed, just in case. Yeah. Well, I'm well west of Roswell on 380, and we got mountains on the horizon. Yeehaw! I love mountains. Paradoxically, I live in a state with no mountains. Go figure. Maybe that's why I have to vacation out west to get my mountain fix. They're getting close. Beautiful thing. I think the geography is about to get a lot more pretty. We're about to leave the plains. Oh, now this is my kind of drive. Twisty road through the hills and mountains. I'll take this over the flat interstate any day. Scenery. Yeah, and a road that'll keep you awake rather than put you asleep. Be coming up on Ruidoso soon. It's been a long time since I've been to Ruidoso, probably 20 years or so. As I recall, it's up in the mountains. So I got a feeling I'm going to have to gain some altitude to get there. But I'm loving this road. This is a great drive. Highway 380 through New Mexico. Give it a try. You might like it too. Well, this road just keeps getting better and better. It's down to 2-lane blacktop, twisty road through the hills here. Gets better and better as we get closer to Ruidoso. Notice we have trees. I do believe we've gained some altitude. It's about 65 degrees outside Fahrenheit. AC's off, windows down a little bit, getting some fresh mountain air in here. This is a beautiful drive. I'm glad I decided to do this rather than stick with the interstate. This is a really beautiful drive. Little farms. Oh, look at that view up ahead. Wow. Pretty. I'm loving it. I live for this sort of thing. Getting out of flat Florida and getting into the hills. Okay, actually I have bypassed Ruidoso and I am headed to Carrizozo. And I don't really mind bypassing Ruidoso because, as I recall it, it's been a long time since I've been there. I think I said like 20 years. It may have been about 25 or even closer to 30. I don't know. Since I was there last, but I remember it being very touristy. And I'm not in the mood for touristy. I live in one of the biggest tourist traps on earth. So, you know, I don't need to go see somebody else's. So I'm just going to continue up this twisty mountain road up through Carrizozo, and then cut over to Socorro, and then keep heading west from Socorro, and there might be a special stop along the way. I think some of you might be able to figure out what that stop is. No spoilers, but knowing my interests, you might be able to figure it out. But I am really enjoying this drive, and decided I didn't need to go get caught in a tourist trap. I'd rather do this. This is just beautiful out here. Almost no traffic. You know what? The temperature outside is down to 56 Fahrenheit. I actually closed the window. Haven't turned the heat on. Don't need that, but it is beautiful. Got the sun shining on me on the side here, keeping me warm. I'm good. Scenery. This was the best decision I've made in a while, taking this road. All right, be back when something interesting happens. All right, traveling through the Valley of Fires, it's called, west of Carrizozo. This entire valley was filled with lava a few thousand years ago from a volcanic eruption. There's a recreation area. I'd forgotten that the recreation area was there, the Valley of Fires recreation area. I'd been there a long time ago, one of my early trips to New Mexico. And I'm kind of short on time today, so not going to take you in there and show you photos of it, but it's a nice place. You know, check it out if you're in the area. It's a good place to stop, have a picnic, you know, hike, check out the trails, and see this amazing lava-covered landscape out here. But like I said, a little short of time. Got to arrive at my place in Arizona pretty late as it is, so I can't really linger here. Hopefully I can linger somewhere else up the road a bit. We'll see. But yeah, check out Valley of Fires if you're in the area. Well, we're heading down out of the hills into the Rio Grande Valley here. I'll catch I-25 for a few miles and then cut off to Socorro and keep heading west. It's been a lovely drive so far. And I think once I get west of Socorro, it's going to be lovely again, because I've made that drive before. Been a few years, not as long since I've been this way, but it's a beautiful drive. Okay, just heading for the interstate. Okay, I've been going downhill for about the last 20 miles. And we're down here in the Rio Grande Valley, and this band of green up ahead, I'm pretty sure, is the river. So I think we're going to cross the Rio Grande up here pretty soon. And then the interstate should be up here pretty quick too. Yep, there's the Rio Grande River. Ooh, very dry. Wow, not a lot of water in it. Well, it is the dry season out here. The spring is the dry season. Late spring, early summer. The snow melt's already happened and gone downstream, and the summer monsoon thunderstorms haven't started yet. This is the traditional dry season out here. So yeah, I'm not surprised to see the water so low. And I think I see the interstate up ahead. Okay, so we'll be getting on the interstate briefly, and then getting back off once we get up to Socorro. Okay, getting on I-25 north. Whoa, look at all the classic cars in front of me. Holy cow. They go into like a rally or something? Huh. Like a whole convoy of them. Let's go have a look. See what we got here, huh? Some nice cars. It's a convertible Mustang there. Nice, beautiful car. Can't say I'm thrilled with the paint job, but it's a beautiful car. Wow. All right. So we're only going to be on the interstate for a few miles. Socorro's not too far up ahead. Getting back off and heading west again on another twisty mountain road. Yep, hardly on the interstate for very long at all, and here's my exit. Getting off here and taking Highway 60 west towards Arizona. I think I got an inadvertent idea of where the next stop is going to be on that sign. I didn't know it was going to be on there. But that's a ways up the road yet. And a pretty road it is, too. I'm going to stop for a comfort break in Socorro, though, because I know from experience there is nowhere to stop after Socorro. Okay, I got a full tank of gas and an empty bladder, and I'm heading out of Socorro to the west on 60. I gotta tell you, the gas in Socorro is very expensive. Easily the most expensive gas I've had to buy so far this trip. It's like $4.35. Now, there were places in Texas it was $3.59. I mean, and that was no bargain. So, yeah, it's expensive out here. But this should get me to home in Arizona, I'm thinking. Hopefully the gas will be a little less expensive in Arizona. That's not a given. We'll see. Okay. Headed up into the hills again, out of the Rio Grande Valley. It's really pretty countryside I'm driving through. Really pretty. Mountains on both sides of the road, beautiful plains, hills. It's just gorgeous. The country in western New Mexico, eastern Arizona, I think is the prettiest I've seen anywhere in the world. This is really the kind of countryside I like right here. Yeah, it's really beautiful country out here, and the only place I've seen that's similar to this and as beautiful as this is the Serengeti in Africa when I was there. The Serengeti looks a lot like this. Big plains, grass-covered plains, surrounded by mountains and hills. It's just as beautiful as here. And, you know, I felt at home in the Serengeti. You know, except I was a little worried about getting eaten by lions now and then, or leopards. But, yeah, otherwise, it was like, oh, this is just like, you know, western New Mexico, eastern Arizona. It's beautiful out here. So, yes, I love this area. I love it a lot. That's why I keep coming back. That's why I bought property. It could have gone either way. It could have been on either side of the border. It could have been in western New Mexico, but it wound up in eastern Arizona, you know? Very similar property, but very similar land. similar views. I just love it out here. Okay, I'm on Highway 60, west of Magdalena. Look at this road, laser straight off into the mountains. But there's something between here and the mountains. I don't know how well it's showing up in the video. There's some things out there on the plain. We drop down into this valley. Do you see them? Look close. I'll give you another view a little closer up. Big dish antennas out there. I hope they're showing up. I can't really see the viewfinder and I'm trying to drive. But yes, we are just about to arrive at the Carl Jansky Very Large Array Radio Telescope Facility. And I'm going to stop and I'm going to do some filming here. And this will be a separate video, separate from this video. And we will pick up again once I am finished here and headed west again. So we'll pick up with the travelogue then. But we'll see what we can see of the VLA, since I'm passing right through the middle of it right now. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, I shot some video here at the VLA. That will be a separate video appearing on the channel sometime in the future, once I get it all edited together. And we are off, heading west on 60 again, heading for the Arizona border. Oh, there's a mile marker right here. We'll see how far it is to the Arizona border. There's a few funky little towns between here and there I might give you a quick look at. 90 miles. 90 miles to go to Arizona. Okay, let's keep moving. We're wasting daylight here. So we've climbed up quite a ways out of the valley that the plains of St. Augustine are in the VLA, up into the mountains here. And it's quite a bit cooler and moister up here. And so we have trees. You know, those were notably missing down on the plains, trees. Now we got trees up here. It's, the weather's a little cooler. There's more rain, more snow, more moisture available, so we have trees. It's very pretty up here as we get close to the Arizona border. This section, like I say, the western New Mexico, eastern Arizona, it's a very pretty area. Almost along the whole length of, the border between the two states. It's just like magical up in here. I love this area. If you can't tell, I really do love this area. All right, about 25 miles from the Arizona border, but I can see it from here because I'm just that good. Now, you see that mountain off on the left in the haze? It's about to disappear in the trees. It'll pop up again over here, top of this hill. That mountain is Escudilla Mountain. And it sits right smack on the Arizona-New Mexico border. Yep, there it is again, over there. So 25 miles away, but I can see it from here. Almost back to Arizona, my adopted home state. Always love it when I cross the border back into AZ. Getting close. Coming around the bend, those are the White Mountains up ahead of me. And I can see patches of snow on the north-facing slopes still. I'll probably go up in the mountains once or twice while I'm out here. I love it up there. And any time now, we ought to cross the border. Yes, here we are. Welcome to Arizona, the Grand Canyon State. Ah, that took a while. Let's look at the old trip odometer here. 2,042 miles, 32 hours and 54 minutes to get here. And I used 119 gallons of gas. Expensive gas these days. But finally I'm here. So 12 miles to Springerville. So I'm gonna, I think, stop in Springerville and pick up some supplies and groceries. We didn't leave anything perishable at the cabin the last time we were out here. So there's no food there. And I'll have about another 60-mile drive from Springerville to get to the cabin, but that's okay. The temperature outside is down to 55 Fahrenheit. I'll just put the food in the back. It won't get warm. It'll stay cold till I get out there. All right. Next stop, Springerville. All right, gonna pull into the Safeway here and get some supplies, and then, like I say, I got about 60 miles to go to get to the cabin. Probably will rejoin you at the gate onto the property. So I don't know how well this is showing up on the video, but to the left and the right are fences that are completely buried in tumbleweeds. I'm driving north, and the west side of both sides of the fences are just buried in tumbleweeds. So you can tell that the prevailing winds are out of the west. That's the way it usually is out here. The wind is usually either blowing out of the west, or out of the south, or out of the southwest. And it's usually blowing. So I'm north of Springerville, headed towards the little town of St. John's, which is one of the closest towns to the property, but the grocery store there, not the greatest. So picked up my supplies in Springerville, and we'll go through St. John's on the way. Maybe I'll show it to you, maybe not. It's not all that interesting, just another little western town. And then it's about 20 miles from St. John's to the property. Well, I'm almost to the property. I'm a little surprised at how green it is here, especially compared to how brown it all was in New Mexico. Yeah, they're getting a little bit of moisture out here, I guess. The valley over here on the left is nice and green. So, cool. Probably a few late spring snowstorms, I imagine, came through. Okay, almost there. I won't be able to film after I leave the pavement because the dirt roads are really bad, and all you'll see is this. So, we'll pick up at the gate when I get there. Well, here we are, my little 40-acre slice of heaven in Arizona. Let's look at the trip odometer again. Okay, 2,107.8 miles in 34 hours and 7 minutes. Actually, I've made the trip a lot quicker than that, but there were a few stops along the way that were worthwhile, I think. Okay, I have a lot to do and about 2 hours of sunlight left. So here I am at the cabin, unloading the truck, stuff I brought up from Florida, including this box I built that's going to hold all the solar power equipment, the batteries, charge controller, inverter, all that good stuff. Get it out of the cabin, make more space in there. And yeah, I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot of unloading to do. I got to set up housekeeping here. Maybe a tour of the cabin another time. And wow, what a trip. what a trip, but I'm so glad to be here. I love it out here. Don't get to get out here near as often as I'd like. Gonna work on revamping the solar power system, and I'm gonna do some astrophotography out here under these amazing Arizona skies. Look how clear that sky is. It's gonna be a nice night. So I got things to do. I got to go. So I think this will be the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this cross-country trip interesting, educational, inspirational. Get out there on the road yourself. Give the video a thumbs up. Give it a like. And there'll be more videos from the road because I'm going to be on the road for the next month or so. And I'm going to go some more interesting places, so watch for those videos to come out. Subscribe to my channel to see more of those videos when they come out, and press the little bell icon that YouTube makes you press to be notified when new videos come out. Check out my second channel, ElectroGeek64. Got lots of good stuff going on there, and some of these road videos will probably appear on that channel. So check that one out. Subscribe, like, comment, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.